Well, hello. You're about to get a really ugly behind the scenes. It's not glamorous. Behind the scenes look at the making of the Christmas sweater. This is actually what is called table work, and we've been at this for about a month, 3 weeks, something like that. And this is when Dawn, our director, is helping do the blocking and how I move on the stage and everything else, and I'm trying to learn the lines, which that should be interesting. And we're soon, I think next week or the week after, we're going to be joined by the guy who did the arrangements and also the conductor of the show. And then later on, we're going to add the orchestra and a full theater. But right now, we're just here in this glorious, grand rehearsal studio, otherwise known as my basement, which actually explains the boxes over here. It's beautiful. It's like everybody's basement. Everybody's got to have boxes of crap that you move from house to house and never open. This is actually, this is the me trying to be able to get off the script a little bit, maybe a little bit of teleprompter while I figure out the lines. As Dawn is teaching me the lines and the movement. This is Dawn, of course. This is Joe, who we don't really know what he does. He's just following us here. It's now 7:10 at night. Just did a couple of shows, did the TV show, did the radio show. We had a quick dinner. I squeezed the kids, and they're in the bathtub right now, and we're just starting to do the table work, which is ugly, and you really shouldn't pay attention to any of it, because if you look at it, you'll go, and they want me to pay for tickets for that? It's going to be much, much better.
I didn't know what to expect right off the bat. I knew a little bit about Glenn. I didn't know a lot, though. And then when I got the material, I was very impressed with the material. It's a great story. It's an accessible story. It's a sweet story. It's sentimental without being maudlin. It has real people in it. I like what it says about love, what it says about family, what it says about redemption. So that was my first kind of hook into this whole project when I read the actual material.
Something outside the window caught Mom's eye. A huge smile spread over her face. Eddie, look outside.
Then I saw Glenn perform, and I realized what a terrific actor he is.
A flock of black crows, seemingly as frightened as I was, flew away. My heart was pounding so hard that I thought I could see it beating through my coat.
He's not just a performer, he's a wonderful actor. So that really hooked me into the whole thing then. So that's been a wonderful thing about the whole project.
Snowfall in memory. I turned to Mom and hugged her. Mom, thanks for all you do for me.
Oh yes, it's very, very important to him, and it sets off emotions in him. The trick now will be in doing the same thing every night, and that's what we'll be working on a lot in rehearsals, is getting him to do the same kind of performance each night, but he's not used to rehearsing, so that'll bring a whole new element to the performance.
It hit me all at once. I knew. Little by little, mistake by mistake, I had put myself on a road whose destination was inevitable. It started out that long ago Christmas morning when I first saw the sweater. Right now, that seemed like 1,000 years ago. Yes, Mr. Russell, I know how I got here.
Right now, we're working with the designers, working on the projections, what's behind him. We're working with the musicians, with the composer, setting a score that'll be underneath this whole piece. It'll be a lovely score with an orchestra that'll be playing underneath the whole story, which is lovely. We're working with the lighting designer right now, setting up lights, just to bring as many wonderful effects to the whole story to enhance it. But yet again, the most important thing about it is Glenn telling the story. And as I told him right off the bat, we need to work on this in such a way that if he shows up at the theater one night and the orchestra is in Harrisburg in a snowstorm and the projections haven't arrived, that it still works with just Glenn on stage telling the story.
One night, I had a dream. The broken road, the dying cornfield, the storm unlike anything anyone should ever have to witness with their own eyes, and absolutely nowhere to go.
That it will just work in that pure way. That's our goal right now, is to set it up like that.